cinema houses, or are you thinking about video cassettes and that sort of thing too? It could then be a visual record in a way, years from now.
No, if I made a film, I would be making it for a movie house because, I'm sure cassettes will. I'm sure, when you think about it, they've probably already replaced television, even though they haven't been marketed yet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, once the idea is there, it's already happened. But I think people will always have a desire to huddle together in a dark theater and be an audience and react to something as an audience, which you can't do, because a cassette will be more like watching TV or listening to an album or reading a book.
Mm-hmm.
But I would be making a film for movie audience, movie houses as we know them,
which would then be used for cassettes anyway.
Sure, but I think although movie houses are probably already an anachronism, I can't think of anything else because I've never seen a cassette. I like the idea of it, but
yeah. Well, of course, the limitations are the size and the cost, and the fact that there aren't probably that many films that you would play as many times as a record.
But economically, to make a film for a movie house would be, now with the advent of cheaper production methods, 16 millimeter and all that, it would be this. You'd probably make a film now for a movie house the same as you would if you were making it directly for a video cassette. I don't think the economic factor would be that much different, or the production methods. It would probably be a low-budget 16 millimeter film.
How important is poetry to you now? Are you still working on pieces?
Yeah, actually, this book is more of a collection of aphorisms and notes. There are only 5 or 6 really solid traditional poems in it. So I don't consider that my career as a poet has really even begun yet.
Are these just thoughts you jot down on paper bags?
Yeah, keeping notebooks, and then at the end of a few years you sit down and kind of pick the good ones out.
This is an interesting thing because this part of the book was written before Jim did anything in rock and roll. Not this whole thing about shaving and everything. Really.
But he really didn't do wine or anything. Beer?
That was written.
Nothing.
This was written before he did anything in rock, like right after college. And like there's already that perception of audiences and it's amazing because he never, we didn't sing or do anything or write songs and never sing.
Do they take? Yeah, they take credit world. Sure.
You know where Barney's is? Just,
yeah.
That's
Right there.
My favorite part of the book. Like,
great.
There's here and there. There's another part about the Lords which is interesting, which tells about when they visit, what they do. How they affect art and they change it. I think it's through. The second book was written like early, really early in the rock thing. That's part of the second book.
Actually, all those notes stretch over, from the time I was in college till a few years ago. Yeah, we'd like to make an order, please. Morrison.
He kept saying, well, they're no, and he wound up.
What's the address here?
8216.
8216.
Norton Avenue.
Norton Avenue. Yeah, it's right near you.
He wound up with that they were constructions.
It's what's the apartment number? It's on the
really
ground floor.
She's like really one of those very hard, like literary chicks.
In the driveway. Just pull in the driveway.
Some literary magazine in New York. Really.
Is there a letter or number for this apartment?
Just tell him it's the one right here. We'll see him. Forever, real skinny and limp like that. You get to be like in 27 or 28. When you get towards there, you're bound to fill out. Most men do fill out.
Oh, yeah?
A little bit, sure.
If you keep dancing, you don't.
Yeah.
That's it.
Keep exercising.
And do you want some potato chips? Yeah, a bag of potato chips.
There's not a lot of
Thank
places
you.
to get exercise around here.
A large
You ride a bicycle, walk,
Thanks.
you're always in your car.
Sure. Yeah. Yes, Jim. Why have you gotten fat, Jim? That's the question we're discussing.
What have I got?
How have you managed to get so hefty?
He says he's fat.
Yeah, you filled out a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, sure, I'm not complaining. Yeah. Is there some poetic reason for that? No,
Well, let's see. I guess it's just a natural aging process.
That's what you say. Well, some people get either real sluggish because of aging, you know,
Yeah.
static, or they keep running around a lot and stay busy. And
Maybe it's not being as physically active, but I think it's mainly just, I think just filling out, you know.
Yeah.
Some people have that kind of build, you know.
Yeah. Does touring and running around doing that kind of thing, does that make you lose a lot of weight?
Yeah, I would say if you performed a lot and sweated a lot and moved around, you'd probably keep
It's really drinking
trimming.
now.
I drink a lot of beer.
You still do. Yeah, I suppose you are.
When I'm recording, especially. Because if you drink hard liquor when you're recording, pretty soon you're so out of it you can't do anything anymore. But beer, it gives you a little energy and you can keep going all night. You know, and beer is really puts on the pounds.
Are you? How's the recording coming along? Are you pushing for a particular date to finish it up, or is it very slow?
No, actually, this is probably, since the first album, this is probably the fastest one we've ever done.
I hope it works out.
Oh, it sounds great. I heard some of the stuff today, and it sounds great. We're not, I think, probably finish it up by the end of the month.
When you realize that someone came in.
Stay.
Hey.
On record.
Oh my God.
I will say, staying quiet.
Notice his breath gets real fast.
Yeah, word.
I don't know, but you look familiar. John, this is Jim, Pam, Ben, and Susie.
John, how are you? Nice meeting you. How are you?
Howdy.
And Sage.
I always look like someone.
No, I have seen you someplace before. Could be anything.
Well, I can't tell if I've seen you before with you laying down.
Well, I'll stand up a couple minutes and then you can
It's not a nice thing to say to a girl.
Do you live in San Francisco most of the time?
Yeah, I stay there.
You say
What did you do in Miami during the spare time, spare hours? I mean, we're just sort of like captive in the city,
Yeah.
and dragged out and stuff.
Yeah, and sometimes it'd be 2 days, sometimes 3 days a week. So I had a chance
I know we're
to
doing today.
a little water skiing. I learned how to scuba dive when I was down there, which was interesting.
not going anywhere.
Even went down to Nassau for a weekend. And they have beautiful underwater natural parks kind of thing.
So you actually could relax and forget things after the court hours and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever scuba dived? It's a beautiful trip.
learn to do really scuba dive for a whole month. Just every day go out and scuba dive.
You know, try it first. You might not like it, but I think you
Yeah,
should do it.
I hope so.
It's you're just floating. It's an intrauterine experience.
What was your main interest in the case, aside from simply your own personal risk? I mean, like, were you interested in it legally, or was it like very uninteresting, other than the fact that you might be hung for
I was hoping. I'm not sure. I was hoping, but I thought there might be a possibility it would become a major case, some kind of groundbreaking case. But it didn't turn out that way. And I think it was. I think that might have been one of the reasons they dragged it out so long. In order not to let enough momentum and sentiment build up in a short time, that a lot of attention would be focused on it. So it actually received very little national attention. There was always coverage down there. But in a way, I was kind of relieved because as